How do you use science to establish that there must be a God? But I want to see if you can use science alone to go from deism to theism and theism to Christianity. He says there's a good deal of cosmology in the Bible. It is a remarkable conception. And Hoyle is right. There's a lot of cosmology in the Bible.
A lot of flat earthers, they didn't make this up themselves. They just didn't pull this out of the ether. A lot of them are Christians. If reality is actually this, if this is true, I think I would have to become a theist. I think I would have to believe in God. Take Hugh Ross's view of the universe. Like, what? We're not special then. How can we be special if that's the truth? So this is special. What you're looking on at your screen now, that's special.
It's Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But it's not the only verse in the Bible that speaks about a singularity beginning.
Or putting in science terms into Genesis 1:1. I think even Christians can see he's doing this.
Where it says inflationary spacetimes are not past and complete, known as the Borda-Guth-Vilenkin theorem. Any universe that expands on average throughout its history has a space-time beginning, implying a causal agent outside space and time who creates space-time, matter, and energy.
Now, you might think that, there's a theorem by Alan Guth and Arvin Borda and Alex Vilenkin that says the universe had a beginning. I've explained to you why that's not true, but in case you don't trust me, I happen to have Alan Guth right here, one of the authors of the Borda-Guth-Vilenkin theorem. Alan, what do you say? He says, I don't know whether the universe had a beginning. I suspect the universe didn't have a beginning. It's very likely eternal, but nobody knows.
Very likely eternal, but nobody knows, not even Hugh Ross.
How in the world can the author of the Borda-Guth-Vilenkin theorem say the universe is probably eternal for the reasons I've already told you? The theorem is only about classical descriptions of the universe, not about the universe itself.
When you actually see that the verb is in all three Hebrew verb forms, it literally is telling us
It literally is telling us
that the universe is continually expanding at the hand of God,
who shakes the earth out of its place, and its pillars tremble. Are the earth's pillars trembling? Is that literally true, Dr. Hugh Ross? And I think he's actually a very superstitious man. And I think he actually is not that good of a critical thinker.
Okay, so what you've mentioned before and what you're saying right now is that those non-physical objects are coming to the sky. It's what people are seeing. If they're non-physical, and this is some type of demon UFO, if they're non-physical, how can people see them?
Well, okay. God has created...
Well, okay.
God has created two different species of intelligent life. And so I got a call from a couple and said, we just bought this home, and there's a room that's 10 degrees colder than all the other rooms, and there's knives and forks floating in midair in this room. And so they were concerned that there was a demon that was causing all this. I said, well, there has to be some article left behind by the previous owner.
Where does it say that in the Bible? Poltergeist? Did you get this from Poltergeist, Hugh Ross?
You need to find that article and destroy it.
And when you say destroyed, I'm assuming it has to be burned, right? Because that's what was in the Poltergeist movie or the Conjuring movie, whatever.
I said, well, wait a minute. How about if I just come over, we pray and ask the Lord to help us find? So there's got to be something, because I knew their life was...
So you're praying to God to help you find this leftover article. Why don't you just pray to God to remove the demon?
So I went into the room, and what I noticed was that there was a faint octagonal outline on one of the walls. And then I scratched a little bit of the paint. I asked him if I could do that, and discovered that the room was painted over. And the paint color underneath was midnight blue. He said, are you aware that midnight blue is a favored color for seances?
Are you aware that midnight blue... Wait a minute. My background is sort of a midnight blue.